Hi, this is Trisha from Lemon Paper Lab. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use my Photoshop actions for pattern design. If you'd like to purchase these actions, you can check out my Etsy shop. I will leave a link in the description below where you can find these Photoshop actions for pattern design. After you have purchased the Photoshop actions for pattern design, you will need to download them to your computer. Go ahead and open Photoshop and create a new document. The actions are designed to work with a canvas size of 1200 pixels by 1200 pixels. We'll set our resolution to 300 pixels per inch. Color mode is RGB color. Background content set to transparent, and then just click create. To load your actions into Photoshop, go ahead and open up the actions panel. You'll find that under window actions, and then in the right corner, you'll select on the menu options and then click to load actions. Go ahead and navigate to where you have saved your download. And then you're looking for the file name pattern design with a .atn for actions. And then just go ahead and click on open. You will see in the action panels that a folder will pop up with your actions here. To use your actions, you can select on an action and then you can click on the play button. In this case, we have turned on the pattern preview mode. We don't have any objects currently, but that will cause it to repeat. So we can go ahead and turn that off for now. But you also have the option to use it in button mode. So we'll click on this option here and then click button mode, and then you will see your actions here. So let's go ahead and create an object. So we'll just create a circle here, shift and drag here. Let's go ahead and turn that pattern preview mode on again, and it will automatically bring it up here. We'll go ahead and turn pattern preview mode off. Jumping back into the layers panel, I will go ahead and delete this circle here, and then I'm going to turn on this group that I've already added to my document with this gardening clip art. I downloaded this Spring Gardening Tools clip art set from Creative Fabrica, which is an online resource that you can use for graphics that can be used for print on demand. I will leave a link in the description so you can check them out. Now I want to show you how to use the various actions that you have in your action set here. So we've already used this first one on how to turn on and off the pattern preview mode. Let's go ahead and create a pattern using these clip arts, and then we will use the various actions as we do so. So let's go ahead and turn on pattern preview mode again, which is a nice way to see how your repeating pattern comes together. I'm going to go ahead and add a background layer. So just using a solid color adjustment layer, just going to set it to white, FFF, clicking OK, and then we'll just drag it below our contents. That way we can see it better here. So I'm going to use the move tool, just V on the keyboard, and then you can just reposition items on the canvas here to start creating your pattern. When I design, I like to start working in this kind of upper left corner and then situating the elements on the canvas. And then if you'd like to rotate an item or flip it, you can use one of your actions. So you can flip it vertically, you can flip it horizontally, you can rotate it clockwise. We have rotation clockwise and rotation counterclockwise here. And then we'll just continue to design here. So we'll move elements around just to create our pattern. The pattern preview mode makes it really easy to see in real time how your pattern is looking. Another one of the actions here is a scale up and scale down 10%. So let's go ahead and make this one a little bit larger, and then it will just scale it. And then let's try rotating it clockwise a little bit here, and then maybe repositioning it to see how it looks there. And then another one of our actions here, we have a convert to smart object. I'm going to duplicate this object. Before I do that, I'm going to convert it to a smart object. So I'll go ahead and click on that action there. And what a smart object does is if you click into it, you will see what your object looked like here. And you could always do some adjustments to the original object here. So let's go ahead and exit out of that, Command or Control W. And then I'm going to duplicate this layer, Command or Control J, and then we are going to move it on the canvas here. So with this particular instance, I can rotate it, maybe flip it, and then we will bring this down. And then let's move this over a little bit. Let's scale this one down. Oh, sorry, scale it down there just to give it a little bit more space. And then let's reposition this bird, maybe move this over a little bit. And then let's add another one of these. So let's go ahead and duplicate that, Command or Control J. We'll move it here. And then maybe we flip it horizontal. Let's go ahead and rotate this. Let's try rotating it a little bit too much. So we'll go ahead and back off a little bit there and then click on OK. So right now we have a basic repeating pattern using these fun gardening clip art elements. And so far we've been able to use some of the rotation actions, and then we've been able to scale, and then I've showed you that you can flip it vertically or horizontally. And then we've also looked at convert to smart object. This new smart object via copy would allow you to go in and create a new object. So let's go ahead and try that one out here. So we'll click on this leap. We will do a new smart object via copy. Let's go ahead and turn off this original, and then we'll click in here, and then let's just go ahead and change the color. So let's give it a solid color adjustment layer. Maybe we change the green up a little bit and then just clip it to that green there. And then we'll go ahead and Command or Control S to save it. And then Command or Control W to exit out. And now you have another instance of that leaf, but you are now able to manipulate it independently of these other two leaves. So this action is good in instances where you are making duplicates, but maybe you want a different color variation for the second object. So let's go ahead, we'll turn off this leaf and bring back the original one here. With the pattern preview mode still turned on, let's go ahead and define our pattern. So let's go ahead and turn off the background white layer, and then let's use the action define one pattern. And then what you'll notice in this patterns panel, if you do not have this opened, you can open it by going to Windows and Patterns, that we have our newly created pattern here. And then let's open up a new document. So we'll go to File, New. This time I'm going to use the dimensions of digital scrapbook paper, 3600 pixels by 3600 pixels, resolution 300 pixels per inch, background contents transparent, and then just click Create. And then I'm going to show you this action pattern test. When you click on it, it will automatically bring up a color adjustment layer and a pattern fill layer. So just click on this pattern fill layer and select your new pattern here. Because our pattern is color, we do not need this top adjustment layer here. And then we can see our original pattern here. If you want to change the background color, you can just click on this color fill layer and then select a different color if you want here. So we'll just click on current and then go back to white here. And then this is just a quick way to test your pattern. How would it look on this dimension of digital scrapbook paper? It's just a helpful action to quickly test out your pattern this way. Let's jump back into our original document here. We'll go ahead and turn back on the background so we can see our pattern better. So now we are going to turn off our pattern preview mode. And what we notice is that some of our objects automatically repeated side to side. In this case, we see it with the flower pot and we see it with the seeds here. But with our smart objects, in this case, this leaf here, and then this rake was also a smart object, that you do not see the repeat on the other side. When you're using the pattern preview mode, it's a good idea to convert your objects into smart objects first. In this case, we did not do that for all of our objects, so not everything repeated like it should. So let's go and click on this bottom leaf here. We need it to be repeated to the top here. So going to our actions, we have one for up, down, right, and left. And so what this action will do is, so in this case we are going to use the up action, is it's going to duplicate our leaf and then it's going to move it up 1200 pixels, the size of our canvas. So we will do that also with our rake here. So in this case it should be repeated on this right side, but it is not. So we are going to go to our right and it will automatically duplicate it there as well. And now we have our swatch that we can export and then use it as a repeating pattern in other applications. Now I want to show you just a few more actions. So let's duplicate this object here, Command or Control J, and then I'm just going to bring it outside of this group and then we will turn off the group here. So with this flower here, there is a action where you can quickly center an object if you need to. And then we also have this three corners and four corners. So if you start your pattern design and you have an object that is in the top left corner here, and you want it to repeat to the additional corners, then you need to click on three corners and it will automatically duplicate it and position it in those other three corners. Let's go ahead and delete those layers again, and then we will bring this one to our center. And then the four corners is if you start with an object in the center and you want it to repeat in the four corners, just click on it and it will automatically repeat there. So that way you can get a simple polka dot repeat type pattern quickly with this action. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoy using these Photoshop actions for pattern design. It can certainly speed up your process when it comes to designing patterns in Photoshop. If you haven't purchased this Photoshop action pack for pattern design, check out the link in the description below to my Etsy shop where you can purchase it there. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment below. So, thank you for watching this video. This is Trisha from Lemon Paper Lab. See you next time.